It's Ryan here. I'm going to talk a little bit about my training before we go into the workout. I want to start first by talking about two or three tips that have actually helped me significantly in my training, that's been time and time again, that have proven themselves to actually have carryover into my strength gains and all my lifts. And that number one thing for the squat for right now is front squats. Doing front squats have improved my squats significantly. Although I have not been able to back squat, I've back squatted probably about 4 times in the last 8 weeks for any type of training sessions, but I've been doing a crap load of front squats. And although I haven't been doing a whole lot of back squats, my back squat is very high now, or higher. It's about where it has. I basically haven't lost any strength because have been front squatting. And in fact, if I didn't have all the issues that I've been having, I could probably squat a hell of a lot more weight if I just could keep my elbow healthy. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do. So front squats is the number one tip. Learn to do them. If you hate them, I can't tell you enough. Just learn how to do. This is how I started. Learn to do singles and doubles with them. Don't worry about doing a ton of reps. After you do like 5 or maybe 5 sets of 2, then do your back squats. I promise you it's a huge big deal. But I guess I only have one tip. Anyways, here's the workout. The value of grinding. I think grinding is one of those decisions that you have to make from the very beginning, that it's not really a decision, it's more like something that happens, but no matter what, you make the repetition. And for a very long time I've always been afraid of grinding reps. And why do I not like grinding reps? Well, if I grind 1 rep, it usually means that I'm not going to do any more repetitions. Essentially, it's a fear factor. But there's a lot of value in grinding, and I've heard powerlifters that are much stronger than me, people I follow on YouTube, have mentioned it and talked about it, but I don't think it's talked about enough. And I think that sometimes you just have to learn how to deal with that grind when the weight moves so slow. I mean super slow, where you're just essentially feels like forever. Because if you see, this is what I'm beginning to realize, when you lift weights and the weight's moving slow and it's not moving the way you want, and then you see someone lift. My point is that when you see someone struggling through a rep and they're grinding through it, if it looks slow to you from the outsider watching them, the actual lifter that's feeling that grind is probably 10 times slower to them, because they're the one actually lifting the weight. I think it's crazy how when you watch people lift, it's like it really doesn't tell you the whole story, because it always looks easy, but it never is. It's ridiculous. I saw Chad Wesley, Juggernaut Training Systems, and he pulled, I think it was 804 deadlift, and he looked hella easy. Of course, looked like he was nervous, or he was amping himself up to have the best technique, but you know he was. I didn't see very much grinding at all. His technique was spot on. But I'll mention here in the video, that's a 352 squat. So back to squatting. Pretty happy about that. Did that for 5 repetitions. And the thing about squatting, I'll kind of change subjects here a little bit, is that it's nerve-wracking, because what if you fail? What's going to happen? Are you going to collapse? Are you going to get crushed by the weight? And although it's scary and frightening, it is something that I do miss. And with elbow problems, I kind of have been realizing that I need to start getting back to it. But the one way I've been figuring out these last 2 or 3 weeks is that I'll start with front squats, work up to some heavy weight, and then I'll go into back squats, because I have a limited number of back squats before my elbow decides, hey, fuck you, stop fucking putting your elbow in that position. So here's a 402 squat with knee wraps for a double, and these are hell of a grinders. You can see I have the safeties up. That one's pretty fast, and they're a little high. I think they're probably parallel, but you can't tell. And that one's a bit of a grinder, but I was pretty much gonna make it. I think that's really important, that you grind. You learn how to get through that. I think it's something that, I don't know if anyone tells you. Maybe you train with other people and then they tell you need to push yourself, and that's basically what this is. And you'll see here in a moment, you're going to see me grind some weights, and that felt like a grinder, it looked like a grinder, but that was nothing. Here's a 551 sumo block pull, and you can kind of see how slowly the weight moves. It takes everything out of me to essentially explode into the weight and really pull that weight off the ground. Here's my second single. It's crazy. It's amazing when the bar stops. I remember hearing at a seminar with I forgot it was Creed and Stan Efferding was talking about Dan Green, and they said, hey, you know, when you see the bar stop, that's intensity. And you see it sometimes, right? You see those powerlifters, they're squatting, they're deadlifting 800 pounds, and the bar literally stops for just a split second. But you know that split second under heavy loads, it's not just a split second. That is freaking like an eternity, because you're hit this essentially an invisible ceiling. So anyways, just want to share those thoughts with you. I think it's something that you just got to do, and you got to fit it into your programming somehow. I don't know if it's on purpose or whatnot, because you know, one really great video, I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't seen it yet, Powerlifting to Win, talking about programming, the dirty little secret about all programming, which kind of helped me reevaluate what I'm doing, is that all programs are just tricking you into handling more and more volume. That's it. It's being able to handle more volume and be able to recover from that volume, so that way you can do more volume, and then you can recover from that volume, and then you can do more volume, and that way you can lift more weights, heavier weights, and essentially just be stronger. That's how it all works out. And it's a very slow and grindy process. Anyways, enjoying the grind, as would something that Ben Rice would say. Thanks for listening, and leave a comment below if you have a question, or just say what's up. I'll see you guys in the next video.